So Felipe is asking, it says, hypnotism is a way of letting our enemy to take control over our lives. I wouldn't say that was that question, but I guess he's making a statement.
Yeah, sorry, it's a statement. A comment.
A comment.
I would. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
It's okay. I was just going to say I would totally agree, because only God should ever have control of us, and it's very dangerous when a person has control over another person. That's never been, God's will for us. We should never be having the control over somebody's will. It's only thy will be done, when Jesus said that to his Father. And so if somebody is seeking to control another person, the person controlling the other person is the devil. So it's literally like the devil as the puppeteer controlling that person who's also controlling another person. So it's just, I would say it's very demonic, and I would be really careful in staying away from that sort of thing. And I know that I've heard of, there's so many weird spiritual things you hear of out there, but, people who've been under hypnosis, they are like, I have no idea what happened, and da-da-da. Whereas the people who, like I heard a story of a man who was a wizard, or he did things like that, and he's like, yeah, I can do all sorts of things, and he was like, and I can mess with your life. And he was saying to this missionary, and this missionary is like, no, you can't. And he's like, well, let me ask you a question. He's like, do you watch worldly television shows? Do you read worldly novels? Do you do these things that allow the devil into your life? And he's like, no, I don't do any of those things. I don't listen to secular music. I don't do anything. And finally the wizard's like, I can't. Actually, I can't touch you because you're protected by God. But he's like, but you know how rare that is, that people, even in the church, are not fully protected, and they're opening themselves up to demonic things. And I totally agree that, hypnotism is one of those avenues that you're just basically giving your mind over to the control of somebody who's not being led by the Holy Spirit. So,
and it's important to note along with that, watching television is a hypnotic effect. Watching movies has a hypnotic effect. So that, understanding that is very important then, in understanding what we choose to consume, what we just, even just scrolling our feeds on social media can also have a hypnotic effect. So, yeah.
And actually, if you want really good analysis on the hypnotic effect of media, I highly recommend looking up Little Light Studios. And they have a YouTube channel, and they have a lot of really good content, really breaking down how Hollywood is really trying to program us, and just even how just media of itself, with the flickering lights and all that, has a hypnotic effect. Or music can have that effect as well.
Yeah. Definitely.
So great question point there, Felipe.
Yes. And Cal makes a good point here too, that if God's with us, no one can be against us. So yeah, God's protection is very strong.
And that sums up the matter perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. And